What does the CEO of Twitter and the DOJ have in common? Will we get another government handout for the pandemic? This time last year, these questions would have been the craziest clickbait you'd ever seen. But in today's videos, they're questions we're going to seriously ask, hopefully find answers to. Let's get it. Welcome to BitBoy Crypto. My name is Ben. Every day I show you how to make money in crypto. And we got a new set. How exciting. If you like money, though, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you don't get a case of BitBoy FOMO. Now, in this video, we're going to take a look at how the government is doing something that I actually prophesied was going to happen just a few weeks ago. In addition, the price of Bitcoin pumped big over the weekend, continuing this morning, and we're going to tell you probably why that is happening. But this may not be the only pump, as things are starting to look mega bullish, and we may have the catalyst for the next leg up coming soon. I'm going to tell you what it is near the end of this video, so make sure you watch the whole thing. First up, the U.S. Department of Justice is threatening the existence of privacy coins because they said that using them is basically criminal conduct. I guess they're going to have to lock me up. According to Cointelegraph, a new report from the U.S. Department of Justice has said that crypto traders dealing with coins like Monero, Dash, and Zcash are engaging in high-risk activities. Better yet, the report by the U.S. Attorney General's Cyber Digital Task Force called Cryptocurrency, an Enforcement Framework, released on October 8th, says that anonymity-enhanced cryptocurrencies can undermine existing anti-money laundering laws and combat the financing of terrorism regulations put in place by businesses dealing in fiat. The task force said that coins which were the most suspicious include Monero, Dash, and Zcash. According to the report, privacy coin holders are able to obscure the origin of their tokens using mixers, tumblers, and chain hopping, undermining regulations. What do you think it is? Cocktail party? Chain hopping, which the DOJ claims is frequently used by individuals who are laundering proceeds of virtual currency thefts, involves swapping one's crypto holdings for assets on another chain. Mixers and tumblers make it difficult for investigators to trace funds by mixing crypto holdings from multiple traders before they're sent to the appropriate wallet. So basically, if you're an average Joe trying to go all anonymous elite hacker by making some sweet side monies, Big Brother is going to start sticking his nose in your business. Even more so than usual. I hope your business doesn't smell. But the DOJ seems to be really asserting its dominance, almost like that dog that sleeps on your bed and pushes you off. The DOJ also released a statement in regards to foreign crypto businesses in the same report, saying that they have broad extraterritorial jurisdiction over crypto-related businesses. The agency says that it will use its authority where virtual asset transactions touch financial, data storage, or other computer systems within the United States, if they use cryptocurrency to import illegal products into the U.S., and if they provide illicit services to defraud or steal from U.S. residents. You heard it here first that historic regulations are coming to the cryptocurrency space, and that the Internal Revenue Service had its eyes specifically on Monero, holding a competition to crack its encryption for $625K. I know a guy that just exit scammed for that much. Another story. But I told you guys a couple weeks ago this was absolutely coming by the end of the year or early next year at the latest. That was directly from a government insider. I saw the comments.
Oh, BitBoy don't know nobody except maybe Chef Boyardee.
Well, looks like Chef was right on the money with this one. Square, a payments company owned by Jack Dorsey, the Bitcoin bull, has invested $50 million into the #1 digital asset. That's about 4,709 Bitcoin, more than you or I will see in this lifetime. But the amount invested represents approximately 1% of Square's total assets as of Q2 2020. In May, Square reported its Bitcoin revenue for the first quarter was $306 million. Total revenue as a company of $1.38 billion. Announcing the news on Thursday, Square said cryptocurrency is an instrument of economic empowerment and provides a way to participate in a global monetary system, which aligns with the company's purpose. Dorsey has long been bullish on Bitcoin, and he is committed to buying $10,000 worth of BTC, which is the max, every week from his own Square app. That would be like me watching BitBoy crypto videos.
I would never.
Square is one of the few companies holding that coveted bit license from the New York Department of Financial Services. Dorsey previously told the Times of London there will be a single world currency in the next 10 years, and Dorsey believes that it will be Bitcoin. Sounds good, but what's the catch? Dorsey said, it's slow and it's costly, but as more and more people have it, those things go away. There are newer technologies that build off of blockchain and will make it more approachable, which sounds great, but could we even see that in our lifetime? Dorsey thinks we could see it within the next 10 years, but it also could be sooner. However, he does not believe that Bitcoin at this current moment has the ability to be very effective as a replacement for fiat money. He probably stole that idea from yours truly. He's still hopeful that one day the world will have one currency, and he's betting on Bitcoin. And I'm certainly not. But hey, still worth something. Dorsey has previously told The Verge that he thinks the crypto will be the next big thing in accounting, but it also could become so much more. He thinks there will be a lot of people who want to fix everything with Bitcoin and use it everywhere, just like how we try to use artificial intelligence and deep learning for a lot of different things. But he asked that will we be more thoughtful and ask ourselves what we might be struggling with instead of how we could use it as a distraction, kind of like how you use my videos twice a day. Dorsey, who also serves as Twitter CEO, of course, has hinted last September that big things could be coming for Twitter in regards to Bitcoin, which means we could see Twitter having a Bitcoin tipping option in the future. Square has become the second publicly listed company after MicroStrategy to invest in Bitcoin. MicroStrategy previously invested over $400 million into Bitcoin. Square has been active in the Bitcoin space since 2018 when its Cash App started offering to buy and sell only Bitcoin. The U.S. government money printer is getting ready to make that weird sound everybody likes. It's again with $1.8 trillion in stimulus proposed to be airdropped. Sorry, I can't roll my R's. This is about $400 billion less than the $2.2 trillion bill previously passed earlier this month. However, that legislation was stopped by the Republican-controlled Senate. The two sides have struggled to find a consensus to pass a funding bill. The Wall Street Journal, of course, reported. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, when she's not getting blowouts, and Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin held a discussion on Friday for more than 30 minutes, the California Democrat spokesman Drew Hamill said. Mnuchin offered a proposal that attempted to address some of the concerns Democrats have. Hamill said in a tweet that there is a lot of concern around the lack of agreement on how to take care of that sickness from the pandemic. We're going to keep this one monetized, people. They're currently still awaiting to hear from the administration on the overall funding amount. In a tweet before the meeting, Trump urged negotiators to go big. Trump later added more confusion to a chaotic week of discussions over aid. He said, I would like to see a bigger stimulus package, frankly, than either the Democrats or Republicans are offering. This is what Trump told radio host Rush Limbaugh hours after signing off on the offer that costs $400 billion less than the Democrats' bill. One of the hurdles lawmakers face, for example, is Pelosi, who's insisted on at least $436 billion in relief for cash-crunch state and local governments, while Trump has resisted sending them more than $150 billion they received earlier this year. Another issue is Democrats want to reinstate the enhanced federal unemployment insurance at $600 per week through January. Mnuchin last offered a supplemental benefit of $400 per week. Other areas of dispute between the two parties include tax credits and food aid. The U.S. economy is already suffering from historic debt, which is not helped by these politicians hemming and hawing. In a previous video, I talked about how the Federal Reserve was created to control the economy through inflation and deflation. However, what's been done since its creation has created the biggest bubble in history, which has affected all markets from bonds, mortgages, and especially the stock market itself, with an added bonus of the US dollar not being backed by the gold standard. In other words, it's the perfect storm, and it can strike at any time.
Time to whip out your brellies and your wellies, folks. Cheerio.
Our debt was just recently calculated at a federal debt held by the public of $20.83 trillion in intergovernmental holdings, which were $5.83 trillion, for a total national debt of $26.7 trillion. Prepare to have your minds blown. Because when we put that into perspective, in 2004, that number was only $7.5 trillion, according to the National Treasury Department. That means in under 20 years, we have more than doubled our total national debt. If this were to pass, then the price of Bitcoin will certainly move. One day, it looks like it won't happen. The next day, it seems like it may. So by my calculations, that seems about like 50-50. Today's show was brought to you by Being DeFi, a new cryptocurrency project. Now, as always, I'm not a financial advisor, But hopefully, if you're interested in this project, you can take your research further. You can find more information to research this project at beingdefi.com. This is a team that is staying anonymous, so if that is something you view as a red flag, take that for what it's worth. I personally know someone involved with this project, which is part of why I'm covering it. But the token of Being DeFi is the BD token, which is an ERC20. Its purpose is a receipt for each of the features and benefits of the platform. And this project, to me, is the definition of pump-a-minnals. It's a project that's designed to pump. Being DeFi has many ways for its investors to earn money on the platform, including staking, passive income, ETH airdrops, and returns from high APY yield farming. You can get 20 to 25% returns APY just from staking and the airdrops alone. So the utility of this project is making money. How novel. If you want to read the white paper, you can check it out on their website. You can also connect with them on the Being DeFi Telegram group, their Twitter account, or their Medium page. So the BD token will be going on Uniswap within 15 minutes of the end of the token sale. To get access to the ongoing sale, you have to join their Telegram group. Now, for the sale, 13 BD tokens will equate to 1 ETH. The soft cap is 500 ETH, and if it does not reach that, the project will not launch and investors will get their ETH refunded. The hard cap is 770 ETH. So the project is going to be listed on Uniswap at 10 BD per ETH. 50% of the ETH collected in the pre-sale will be locked on Uniswap. And once again, guys, invest at your own risk. Do your own research, but my researchers thought that this was an interesting concept and an interesting platform. So thank you to Being DeFi for sponsoring this segment. That's all I got. Be blessed. BitBoy out.